What were your dreams growing up? What were your dreams as a little girl? What did you want to
Um,
do in life?
as a child, you want to do something. I mean, I feel like it's very rare to meet a child that says, "No, I just want to be a doctor," or "I just want to do this in life." I was a child that wanted to do something different every week. But I will say that when I was very young, is where I got the taste of being an entrepreneur. So my journey started when I was very young, selling lemonade, or after a snowstorm, I would tell my brother and another friend, I go, we're going door to door and we are going to shovel people's driveways and make money, and we'll split it three ways.
Hmm.
And we always wish for a snowstorm because then we would make, I mean, it wasn't a lot of money. I think the most we ever made was it was like $3 because we got three people to say yes
Hmm.
to, pay us to shovel their snow. But I was a kid that went door to door selling things to make money for, school uniform or, stuff like that. So even in my teenage years, I used to deliver papers, I tutored children, I babysat children, I worked at my first job, and that was before you could legally have a job
Hmm.
in the US, which is, I think it's 15 years old. So I did all these other things to make money on the side so that if I wanted, I don't know, I wanted to buy school lunch or if I wanted to buy something for myself, I at least had that money to do it.
Hmm.
So I've been doing that, since I was a teenager, young.
Yeah. Every time I speak to a woman about this, and when I ask her कि अच्छा ऐसी कौन सी चीज थी that you would do, and before doing you would feel like if I do this I will be a bad girl. I think in the Indian household and setup there are lots of different things, right, that come like अगर मैं एक लड़के से बात कर रही हूँ तो लोग सोचेंगे I'm being a bad girl. If I'm drinking, people will think I'm being a bad girl. If I'm wearing a short skirt, people will think I'm a bad girl. So
Yeah.
all sorts of stories. What was it like for you? Did you have कभी आपने ऐसा सोचा कि यार oh if I do this people will think I'm a bad girl?
I think my downfall was that I just did. And then after I thought to myself, oh, that was probably not good. I was probably being a bad girl because I got in trouble or I got caught. For me, I think it was always like the thought of bad, like being bad or a bad girl or defying my parents. The thought came after I did something. I remember like growing up, there was one boy at one of my auntie and uncle's house, and I thought he was so cute.
Hmm.
And my friend had given me the number, and I called that boy's house, and I got in so much trouble. I was very young, maybe it was like 12, 11, 12, maybe
Hmm.
13, something. I was young, and yeah, I got in big trouble for that. But I didn't think at the time. I was just like, oh, he's so cute. Let me call him. If we all thought if I do this, I will be bad, we might not do it. Right?
Absolutely. Right. So then after that you were like डांट पड़ी थी, you were scolded. What exactly happened just because you spoke to a guy?
Well, now my family knew I called that boy. Then my friend's family knew that I called that boy. That boy's family knew that I called him. It was a trickle effect.
Hmm.
Now 3 Indian families knew that I called the boy as bad news.
Were you able to actually, do all the teenage stuff, which is like sleepovers, nights out, all of that?
Yeah, I was able to do everything until until I reached puberty, and then my parents shut the door. Like, no more going out. Not allowed to go to basketball games, soccer games, nothing. You are staying home. I was like, oh. And that's when I wanted to rebel even more because I was being held back.
Yeah.
And but I did do all the sports. I did enjoy like grade school friends, sleepovers. I played a lot of sports. So it was nice. It was a nice childhood.
Yeah. When you started doing films, when you entered the industry, what were the initial few challenges that you had to face? Did you?
Bollywood boot camp is what I call it. And it was not easy.
Yeah.
There were so many challenges. First, I had to learn this script that was written in Hindi, and that was challenging. Also, the different ways that people do business here is completely different than the US. So that took a while to understand. How the wheel is turning, no one knows, but it's going. And if you're late, then you're not going to be on the wheel, you know?
Have you been able to like really make a very good friend in the industry? Who's your closest friend in the industry?
My really good friends, the people that I would call like at any second of the day, they don't work in the industry.
Hmm.
You know, so I think like, you know, I don't have that relationship with people within the industry. There's people that I know, there's people that I'm friends with that I like, but not like, hey, I'm having a problem. Can you come over? You know, so people that work in entertainment were like, we don't always have so much time to like
Yeah, to
sit
catch
and
up
meet
and
and
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about female friendships because I think for every girl, for every woman, that's such a beautiful, important part of our lives, right?
Yeah.
How important are your female friendships for you?
They're very important. And I think that spending that time with, you know, different females, mothers, or, you know, business people, the people that I hang out with is extremely important because there's things that you're going to talk about with your friends that maybe you might not want to talk about with your husband or your significant other,
Yeah.
you know, or there's just like this level of understanding that okay, I'm totally normal because she has the same problem as I do, you know, and I think that's when you meet like-minded people and really enjoy each other.
Yeah. I feel like my female friends are truly like my support system.
Yeah.
Every time I feel like the world is crumbling, every time I feel like I am crumbling, I just know that they're there, and sometimes I may go on for months without meeting or talking to them, but then I know that whenever I catch up again with them, it's going to be the same. It's going to
Yeah.
be where we actually left from.
So that's why when you find like your girl group and your girl gang and your people, you just hold on to them because nobody else matters, you know.
Yeah. You are a mother also, and you have a beautiful daughter, and you have two sons, right? How are you raising your daughter, and is it any different from the way you were raised as a girl?
I think that parenting in 2025 is completely different from when, you know, my parents were raising us as small children. The demographic and the whole situation is obviously different as well. So I also feel like, based on other people that I've met and other parents and families, that the parents, at least that I've been around, are so much more in tune with how they're parenting their child and how they're raising them and their studies and how they're helping them and their tuitions and so many different things that my parents definitely did not do for me.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share.